Hello friends, today I take up a new topic and the name of the topic is 400 billion American dollar Indian exports, a boost to Indian economy. Friends, as you know that on Wednesday, just 2 days back, the export of India reached to the tune of 400 billion American dollar. So this was a landmark achievement insofar as our economy is concerned. Now my lesson plan includes why is it in the news, importance of export in an economy, why are India's exports rising? Why are India's merchandise imports are rising? Heavy dependence of India on China. How to make India a global export hub? And finally, conclusion. Friends, now I take up one by one each points and will deliberate upon. So if you like my channel Asia IS Academy, it is a free channel. Please share and subscribe. You will get lots of videos on different subjects, on different topics. So now let us start the proceedings. Why is it in the news? And I have already told you that it is the landmark achievement of Indian economy that the exports reached to 400 billion American dollar. So you see the rise of a trade titan. Now share of global exports of goods percentage leading economies 1978 2020. And by this chart what you see that China contributes 14.7% of the total global exports. And the second position is held by USA, whose percentage of global export is 8.1%, then Germany 7.8%, Netherlands 3.8%, Japan 3.6%, Hong Kong, China 3.1%, Korea 2.9%. And so you see that in this chart of 10 countries, we do not find India. Now, with the rising exports and imports, now Indian export will also find within the bracket of 10 important exporting countries of the world. Now you see that this is another chart by which I will show that how this one is how the trade of India with other countries now unfolded in the span of 75 years. And so we see that the major trading partner of India is America, the USA, and second position is held by UAE, United Arab Emirates, then Hong Kong, Singapore, China, UK, Germany, Vietnam. So you see that this is the graph whereby it is shown in terms of value in American dollar in millions, and by this chart we can see that India has trade with the USA to the tune of $24,370 million American dollar. Now, why is it in the news? Friends, you know that for the first time India's exports crossed the 400 billion American dollar on 23rd March. This could be achieved on account of healthy performance of sectors like petroleum products, engineering goods, gems and jewelry, and chemicals and pharmaceuticals. These sectors witnessed higher growth in exports, and that's why we see that the mercantile export rose by 37%. It reached 400.8 billion American dollar in 2021-22 against 292 billion American dollar in 2020 and 21. A growth of 37% was witnessed in our export, which is healthy sign of our economy. Now, import during the period stood at 589 billion American dollar, leaving a trade deficit of about 189 billion American dollar. This is a disturbing fact. We must reduce the gap between the import and export. I will explain also as to how a big gap between import and export results into lot of difficulties in our economy. So India crossing 400 billion American dollar mercantile export marked the beginning of an era of exponential growth and dominance in world market. Friends, I have already told you that in spite of our growth in export and import, our share in world trade is not more than 2%, while that of China, it is more than 14%, and I have shown you the graph. So India has to go long ahead in foreign trade. Now, importance of export in an economy. Friends, as you know that it is crucial for the nation's growth and helps in creating domestic job, infrastructure and demand in GDP. Export-import balance is necessary to maintain growth momentum. High import and low export will cause devaluation of money and impact upon the exchange rate. And you see that how Pakistan is suffering from this problem because of higher imports and lower exports. Pakistan has to devalue its currency, and now 177 Pakistani rupee is equivalent to $1 American dollar. So there was a drastic devaluation of around 30.5% of Pakistani rupees because of low export and high import. Now export offers millions of small business offers and corporate funds and access to global market. Export and import form the basis of the international trade. Higher the export, the greater export scope for the GDP growth and domestic output. And in this era of globalization, friends, we see that the most advanced countries are the most exporting countries also. So we find that China, the USA, Japan, Germany, these countries are the biggest exporters of world trade. Now, India is also one of the top exporters of agricultural products in the world. Now, what you see, the export generates additional revenues for government. It creates jobs. It facilitates for the construction of infrastructure. It creates employment among the people. It also boosts per capita income and higher domestic income, greater demand in the economy, and higher GDP growth. So, if imports are more than exports, it means that there is a risk of rising trade deficits, which results into, I have already told you, the devaluation of currency of that country and an impact upon the exchange rate. Now, why are India's export rising? I am switching over to this point. Friends, before dealing with this point, first of all, see the chart. And what we see that India's mercantile trade in billion American dollar, what we find that in financial year 18, export was 303.5, while the import was 465.6 billion American dollar. Similarly, what we see that in financial year 19, 330 billion American dollar, this was the export, and import was 514.1 billion American dollar. So by this chart, what we find that there is a constant gap between the import and export, and there is a trade deficit. What we find that in 2018 the trade deficit was to the tune of 162 billion American dollar. In 2019 financial year it was 84 billion American dollar, 161 billion dollar in 2020. In 2021 it was 102 billion American dollar, and in financial year 22 it is expected. And now we see that the import is now 589 billion American dollar, while the export is 400.8 billion American dollar. So there is a gap of 188.2 billion American dollar. This gap, this trade deficit must be bridged for the healthy growth of our economy. Now we see that important sectors why export is rising, and now I am giving you the reason. The reason is that the Indian exports have become diversified. Earlier, India was an agricultural economy, so maximum exporting items were agricultural products. Now, export has become diversified, and instead of traditional items, engineering goods, electronic goods, gems and jewelry, petroleum products registered higher growth. Interaction with states and districts. The government efforts to have interaction with states and districts, engagement with exporters, and faster resolution of their problems or issues actively engaging with different promoting councils, industries, associations, and other stakeholders help in reaching this milestone. So, the role of government is very much high to promote exports, higher exports. Now, the top 5 export destinations are the US, the UAE, China, Bangladesh, and Netherlands. Friends, as you know that in earlier times, in 1980s, the most important exporting destinations were OECD, Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. This is the organization of developed countries of Western Europe, the US, Canada. Now, what you see that instead of OECD, our direction of foreign trade has become diversified. You know what you see that the top 5 export destinations are the US, the United Arab Emirates, China, Bangladesh, and Netherlands. Similarly, new free trade agreements. Government of India has signed so many new free trade agreements with different countries of the world, and production linked incentives, that is called PLI. Production linked incentives are another important tools for boosting exports of India. Why are India's merchandise imports rising? Friends, I have already told you that how the import bills rose to 589 billion American dollars. So what you see that there is a gap of 189 billion American dollar as trade deficit. So why India's merchandise imports are rising? There are certain reasons and I am alluding those reasons. Number one, rising prices of commodities like crude oil and coal have played a significant role in aiding India's import bill and taking the trade deficit to a record high of 189 billion American dollar. Friends, you know that for making steel, we need high quality coal, and that is not available in our country, so we have to export coking coal for the purpose of making steel. And because of the rising prices of coal and also crude oil, the import bills have skyrocketed, and this resulted into the trade deficit of 189 billion American dollar. Similarly, import of vegetable oils, coal, chemicals, non-ferrous metals, machinery, higher global commodity prices, electronic items, petroleum products, and reviving domestic demand are the main reason for the rise in the import bill. Now, heavy dependence of India on China, and this is a matter of great concern for us. Friends, we know that the trade between India and China has crossed more than 100 billion marks, and now what you see that the balance of trade is completely against India. It is favorable to China. So this is a matter of great concern for us. This data will show you as to, you see that in 2009 the export was percentage of total, around 6%, and import was around 11% in 2009. Now in 2020, what you see that the export is around 4% of the total export, and import is around 14%. So Chinese goods are imported into India, and it is around 14% of the total imports. So you see that Chinese goods are imported in India heavily, and what is a disturbing point is that there has not been any change in the trend for the last 20 years. Now, the Chinese-Indian trade relationship, friends, you know that what are the components of the trade between China and India, and we see that Chinese export to India. What are the commodities that are being exported by China to India? And these are machines, then chemical products, then metals, textiles, plastic and rubber. So in machine you see the hardware of computers, and different categories of machines are included. So now what you see that Indian export to China, and important commodities are minerals and oil, metals, chemical products, precious metals and diamonds, and textiles. Now the total export China to India, it is 68.8 billion. 68.8 billion American dollar, while India to China, the export of India to China is 14.8 billion American dollar. And now, friends, you know that the trade between China and India has now crossed more than 100 billion American dollar. Now India's imports from China as percentage of the total imports have risen from 9.4% in 2007 to 16.6% in 2021. While India's export to China as a percentage to the total export have seen a sluggish growth from 6.6% of the total export in 2007 to 7.3% in 2021. So what you see that India failed to increase its export to China, and the trend is not reversed within a span of 15 years, and we have to do major works on this front. Now the major products imported from China are telecom instruments, computer hardware, fertilizers, electronic components, organic chemicals, electrical machineries, active pharmaceutical ingredients, that is called API, and drug formulations. The major items of India export to China are engineering goods, electronic goods, marine products, spices, organic, inorganic chemicals, petroleum products. In order to boost India's trade with China, it has imposed anti-dumping, countervailing duties, sourcing critical supplies from alternate sources, sensitizing concerned ministries to improve upon domestic capacities, to launch productive linked incentive to promote domestic manufacturing capacities in critical sector like drug intermediaries, APIs, medical devices, electronic components, and food processing industries, high efficiency solar PV modules, ACs and LEDs, drone components. So India is trying its level best to boost export to China in large quantity in these segments. However, it is still to bear fruits. Now, what are the main weaknesses of Indian economy? The important points to be noted here is that manufacturing sectors are not contributing to the GDP as it should have been. It should have been around 25% of the GDP as it was targeted by our planners, government officers. Now it is around 17.5% of the total GDP. But what we see in China, it is around 40% of the total GDP. So now China has emerged as the manufacturing hub of the world, and in its contribution in the world trade is around 14%, more than 14%. And India's contribution in foreign trade is not more than 2%. So you see that there is a large gap between India and China as far as foreign trade is concerned. How to make India a global exporting hub? Number one, friends, you know that because of the pandemic, Corona, 2019 and 2020 witnessed a very negative growth for our economy. Now, our economy is bouncing back, and according to an estimate by World Bank, India is going to witness a growth of 8.8% in coming year. So the V-shaped recovery has been paved by the Union Budget 21-22, which has laid emphasis on infrastructure, health, finance and agriculture. These are the four important areas where Government of India laid more emphasis, and those areas were infrastructural development, health facilities, finance and agricultural sectors. So you see that production linked incentive schemes, that is called PLI, in manufacturing sector like mobile and electronic equipment, pharmaceuticals and textile will give a boost for our exports. Similarly, this scheme will motivate MNCs, multinational companies, to relocate their units from China to India. However, the major beneficiary was Vietnam. Out of 22 MNCs, only 2 MNCs relocated into India from China. So we have to work on this front also, and to attract MNCs in our country so that they can boost our exports and our economy. Now India will have to make a manufacturing hub like China, and like China, its shares should go to around 40 to 45%. Therefore, reduction of cost of power, high logistic cost, increasing labor productivity, then taking sufficient labor reforms, increasing research and development expenditure. These are the important measures that has to be taken care of for the promotion of making India as a manufacturing hub of the world. Like China, interlinking of foreign trade policy with foreign direct investment and industrial policy are required. Again, this would help India become a part of the global value chain. Again, exploring under-tapped market by exporters and reviving and strengthening ties with Africa through trade and investment. Friends, you know that in spite of our efforts, our trade volume has not increased at a satisfactory level with African countries. And these countries are very much a potential source of our export to get a boost. So we will have to make better diplomatic relation or ties with this untapped market of Africa. To provide technical support to exporter and to understand the legal and business environment. Again, enhancing trade relation with neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Southeast Asian nations like Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Laos, Thailand. These countries are part of Southeast Asian nations. They are our neighbors, and looking into the more penetration of Chinese goods, India has to export its goods in these countries on concessional rates to boost our exports. Now, phase out important import tariff and do away with protectionism. Strengthening domestic manufacturers to make India a global export hub. So friends, there is urgent requirement, there is a need of the hour to strengthen our manufacturers so that they can compete with China and other countries of the world. And India should be converted into an exporting country. And this cannot be possible without making India a manufacturing hub like China. Now, I derive conclusion. Friends, you know that the share of India in the world trade is around 2% and it must be increased to 10 to 15%. Looking into its economic size, friends, you know that in terms of nominal GDP, India is on the threshold of becoming fourth largest economy of the world in near future. In purchasing power parity terms, India is third largest economy of the world after China and the US. So it is necessary that the contribution of Indian export to the total world exports should be around 10 to 15%. In earlier days also, before 1700, the contribution of India to the world GDP was around 24%. It was the largest economy of the world. So, you see that it is necessary that the volume of our trade should be around 10 to 15% in near future. Again, there is need to make India an export hub, and this cannot be done without making India a manufacturing hub like China, and the share of the manufacturing sector should go to around 40% from the present 17.5%. And so, and manufacturing hub can be made by promoting MSME sectors. Mini, small and medium economic sectors, handicrafts, engineering goods, software and hardware of computers, by reforming labor laws, by strengthening infrastructure and by networking domestic and international markets. So these are the important steps by which India can regain its status as number one exporting countries of the world. So friends, now I am winding up my lecture. I hope that you might have enjoyed this topic. If you have any comment, please write in the comment box. I shall be very much grateful to you. So stay fit. Thank you very much.